Is it just you? Okay, hurry. Get in. Get in, get in, get in. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Welcome to my apartment. I knew when I got this space, I didn't want it to be like entryway and then immediately into the living room. I knew I wanted to have some sort of separation between the two. So I got this fabric and I basically made my own noren. I like the concept of having like a genkan where you like enter, you take off your shoes, and then you enter like the actual house itself. So it's kind of funny seeing people like come in and out of the house and they have to like mess with this, but I like it. You take off your shoes, you put them on the floor. I have slippers in the cubby, and then I also have like a catch-all bowl. If I don't put everything in one place, I will forget where it is. And then I have like a postcard frame. I found this at Goodwill and I was like, oh my God, why did they get rid of this? There's no way to hang it. So I see why they got rid of it now. I have an O'Keeffe poster. I love the contrast of like the pink and then the warm tone of the frame. My mom is so into rock art. This is one of her first pieces she made as a housewarming gift for me. And then this is my mom when she graduated. So you can see the development there. Smart woman makes cool art.
Oh my God.
And then I have my laundry room with in-unit washer dryer, which is really freaking cool. Welcome to my favorite room in the house. This is my living room. This is where I spend the most time, so this is where I've really decorated the most. You're greeted by a Yoshitomo Nara print. When we went to LACMA for the first time, there was a Yoshitomo Nara exhibit, so I picked this up. She's gorgeous. I had her framed. And then this is one of my favorite things in the living room, the big ass IKEA mirror that everyone always gets, but my grandpa helped me install it so it's on the wall instead of like leaning. But I love this. I placed it here intentionally so it's like not facing my bedroom, so I'm not like jump scared by myself every single day, but it's like in the perfect place so I can check my outfit and all that before I head to work. This is my workout equipment. These two things, my Wii Fit mat, a couple weights. I found this in my grandpa's backyard and I was like, can I have it? And he said yes. It was like a weird bright red stain color. It was like covered in like epoxy and junk, so we sanded it down and now it's like the perfect size platform for my record player. Moving on, this is my media console. I built this from 3 IKEA Hillis shelves. My mistake was not borrowing power tools from my grandpa before I made this, so I did all of this by hand and it took me 3 hours each. So it was a very, very long day. And then on top of it, I have a plank from Home Depot. I don't know how I did it. I assembled this and I also put the TV on top all by myself in one day. This TV is so old. This is like my mom's first flat screen TV, so thankfully I didn't have to buy that. I grew up in a house where we didn't really care about the sound much. It was like the bigger the TV, the better. But then I was like, what about the sound? So I got the sound bar and I can use it Bluetooth with my record player, but it's also connected to my TV, so it's kind of freaking epic. I have my little home library here. Oh, ow. I think my slipper broke. These are all the cameras I have at the apartment right now. 2 of them I've sent to Portland to be repaired, so I kind of need to reach out to them because it's been like a couple months now. This is my go-to digital camera. This is my Fuji XS10. I have an Instax Square. This is the only film camera that I have right now because the other 2 are gone. A couple SD cards, backup battery for my DJI Osmos. Then I have my 16mm Super 8 camera inside this case. I guess I'll take it out. I'll take it out if you want to see it so bad. My mom got this for me from a pawn shop forever ago. And then the first time I used it was when Ian and I went to Japan last year. So cool, right? I didn't even know if it truly worked, but I'm glad that it works. It's so rewarding shooting analog, guys. Don't let physical art die. I hate AI. I have a couple coffee table books. I got this back when I was like really into anime. Suritama was one of my favorite animes in high school. Pretty cool. But I also made the mistake of watering my plants too close to it, and I got it soaking wet, so it's all crinkly, but it kind of adds to the charm, no? This is the Popeye magazine we picked up in Kyoto. This is pretty cool because it shows places to visit while in Kyoto. There's restaurants, cafes, shops, things like that. Did we find the katsu place on here, or how did we find? No. Well. Well, it's just cool to look at. I feel like this is like the most influential item that I have. I picked this up when we were also in Kyoto, and this is before I moved into my apartment. Like, we went to Japan, and then literally the week after, I moved into my place. I didn't really have a set idea how I wanted to decorate my apartment. Like, I knew there were some pieces that I really wanted to have, but I wasn't sure about the color scheme. But something about this book really spoke to me. I really like the dusty pink color. This is my favorite. I don't know, man, he just knows how to use color. But like this shade of pink really spoke to me. So I kind of made that the motif of my apartment. I was heavily inspired by that book to kind of incorporate that dusty pink throughout my apartment. So that includes this rug. This is another one of my favorite things. A lot of my stuff in the apartment is either taken from my mom and grandparents' house or from IKEA. I'm also very selective with what I get from IKEA because I want to get things that I know will last no matter what space I'm in. So when I saw this, I think I saw it on TikTok at first, but it's one of the tables that went viral because you can open the sleeve and you can also close it, and you can also open the other side. So this pretty much doubles in size. Right now, I'm using it as a work area. Right above us is this rice paper lamp. Summer got this for me when we all went to Little Tokyo. I forget what the store is called, but they have a ton of them. There's so many different shapes. I love Little Tokyo. I also love Akari lamps, but I don't have Akari lamp money, so this is the perfect alternative. It kind of looks like a Kinder Egg. Okay, right next to it is Gaspard and Lisa. I picked them up I think I got them in Kyoto as well. So I kind of went crazy in Kyoto. I got this record stand. I don't even know if it's a record stand, but I don't know what else it would be for. It's kind of perfect for it. I got this from the antique mall downtown for like 25 bucks. One of my favorite creators is Cabbages. They post food content, but they also post like lifestyle stuff. But they showed the couch that they have, and they linked it, and I was like, oh God, that's expensive. But somehow I found the exact dupe. If not a dupe, it might be from like the same manufacturer for like a third cheaper. We got it delivered from Living Spaces. I think this was like the last one. But I love this couch. It does pill a little bit, and it's a little bit itchy at first. I kind of like the details. It kind of looks like it's all one piece, where it's like and then I like the wood legs. Moving on to the kitchen. This is Kaola's little area. She has her toys, her dog bed. I tried to keep her as entertained as possible. And these are some of my plants. I have way too many plants, and with too many plants come way too many gnats, which is really annoying. These are all my plants. A lot of them are propagations, and a lot of them are infested with gnats. So they're covered in sand, but it hasn't done much because I still get gnats everywhere. I told my mom that I really like Yoshito Onara, and she got one of his prints like blown up huge on canvas, And I think that she gave this to me for my birthday. I have a bunch of bouquets that I've kept over the years. Anytime that I've received flowers, I've kept them. And I wasn't sure how to display them, but we watched Past Lives, and in the residency that they were staying at, they had like dried flowers hanging like this in the kitchen, like as a partition. So I took that as inspo, and then I have a 1 of 3 print by photographer Ian. He took this in Seattle, and I love how moody it is, and we just framed it in an IKEA frame, and it kind of goes perfect. I have a little shrine for Lily. I like to light an incense every so often. I have a couple Aesop incense. I love the smell of Aesop. It's like very earthy. I have more freaking plants. This is probably the plant that's doing the best because I haven't disturbed it yet. The rest of my plants I have repotted and potted and changed the soil and whatever, like how many times, but this one is the only one I haven't messed with, so it's doing really well right now. That one, on the other hand, I totally destroyed, but she'll bounce back. I make matcha here every morning. Even if I'm running 20 minutes late, I will stand here and I will sift my matcha and I will make my matcha, or else I will have a bad day. One of my favorite color combos is like this color with like this shade of minty bluish green, like the same color as like the Penguin Classics, like that kind of teal. So with everyone going to Japan, I feel like anyone that likes matcha knows about the Matcha Tokyo. So when we went there for the first time, we took a seat and I was like, wait, these stools are really, really nice. They're solid metal and the whole thing spins instead of just like the top. So I was like in love with those stools, and somehow I was able to find the exact stools online, and I got the 2 of them, and they were definitely an investment. Listen, do you hear that? That quality? This is the bathroom. This is another one of the selling points of the apartment. The mirror is lit and it's also heated, so if the bathroom gets steamy, this part stays clear, which is really cool. I also have a bamboo in here, so no room is short of gnats, thankfully. This I thrifted for like a couple bucks, like years ago. But it's just like a bamboo little stand. This is one of my favorite light sources because this is all I use. When I get ready in the morning, when I shower, I don't like bright lights. Moving on to the bedroom. This is where I spend the least amount of time, so this is the least decorated room in the house, but welcome! This is my Papa-san. I think I've had it since middle school. My mom got it for me from World Market, and I don't really use this anymore. But imagine if I was like sitting here reading a book, how nice it would be. This is my Monstera. She's a little sad. I got this right before I moved in, and it grew a lot, but it's kind of hit like a plateau. It hasn't grown much. Before I moved, I had a Pinterest board full of ideas for my future space, and one of the things I wanted to get that I invested in was this Floyd bed. I wouldn't even say it's a bed frame. It's like a platform bed. It's like 3 giant pieces of wood held together by metal, but I just like the simplicity of it. And you can also get like a headboard attachment, and you can get under bed storage, but I just went for the plain platform. My jelly cat. This is the sheepdog jelly cat that looks like one of my mom's old dogs, Windsor, but I named him Crumpet Bob. Moving on to my tech corner. I keep all of my photography and editing and everything you would need creatively in this corner. So this is my giant printer. I got this during COVID because I started selling prints, and I thought that people... Okay, I'm not going to go into that story. I was making a lot of prints. I did like a couple print sales with this printer. It's a big one. It's a big one. I can make really big prints with this. I haven't in a long time, but if I were to ever do, I need to sneeze. Come on down with me. This is where I keep all of my negatives. Somebody in my last photography video said they wanted a tour of where I keep all my gear and stuff like that. It's really not fancy. I literally keep everything in this cubby. These are my negative binders, and then I have a big backup hard drive with all of my old photography and editing projects in here. Negative sleeves, these are crucial if you are a film photographer and you want to archive your work and you don't want it to get disorganized. I swear by this. This is what I learned to use back when I was in photography class in undergrad. This is my favorite paper when I used to do print sales. This is velvet fine art paper. In here I have more physical art supplies, like for drawing and painting. I have watercolor stuff, markers, a paper cutter, stuff like that, all in here. On this side I have all my camera gear. I have quite a few things. I have lens filters. And then I have this box of lens filters my grandpa gave me. He's had these for years. I've used these for some of my shoots that I've done on YouTube. Not in the way that you're supposed to. One way that people use this is like they use it for black and white photography. Apparently like the different colors change the contrast and stuff like that. But I like to use these on the flash just to have different like lighting options. Or I'll like hold it over the lens because it doesn't fit. But that kind of describes my art style in a way. Like I just take what I have and I try to make it work. This is one of my newest purchases. This is the Amaran portable light. I have yet to use this outside of the apartment, so this would be really cool to shoot with, but it's really cool. It has like a diffuser and it has different light settings. The one time I did use this is when the power went out in my apartment, so this was the only light source I had in the whole house. So I'm glad I received this that day. I have a tiny little Manfrotto tripod. This isn't the best. I don't like it opens up too wide. I don't know if there's a way to lock it, but literally this tripod is the equivalent of just setting the camera out on a table. I have one lens and then a bunch of I have a couple mics in here and random loose negatives. I have a random Instax printer. This is my child. This is my negative scanner, but it also doubles as like a regular scanner. I have been using this since undergrad and it's been going pretty well. With just $200, I have saved so much just scanning things on my own. And I feel like the process is a lot more rewarding too, being able to control how you scan your negatives. This is my box of like random camera stuff. I have my SSD in here, SD cards, cables, chargers. It's an organized, unorganized mess, but at least I know it's all in one place. This is my Smisky collection. Back when I was living with my grandparents, I had a lot of disposable income, so I was buying quite a lot of Smiskies. These are some of them I have more at work. And I've had this like little cubby display thing forever. This is one of my favorite photos that I've taken. This is a film photo. I think it's on Portrait 400, but I took this at Ocean Beach and it's just inside a frame I got from Goodwill for like really cheap. For as long as I can remember, whenever I would drive past like an apartment complex or anywhere with a balcony with my mom, I'd be like, why is nobody sitting on their balcony? Like if I had a balcony, I'd be there all the time. So now I have a balcony and I like to garden up here. It's been really, really hot lately, so it's been hard to sit out here. But when it's like wintertime or spring, I love to sit out here, read my book, garden. I literally do everything out here when it's like nice out. That's my gardening corner. Not the most picturesque, but I don't really have anywhere else to put it. It's literally 100 degrees pretty much every day of the summer, so it's kind of hard to keep plants out here. I've managed to keep these two alive. This one is a jasmine. The flowers bloom at night, so it smells really good out here during the nighttime. And then this is actually a Christmas tree from Trader Joe's. I've had this since last year. It's grown a lot, but it's living. I wouldn't say it's thriving, but it's living. Thank you for joining me on my little house tour. It has been awesome living here for a year and getting to call this my home. Carla, say bye.